Bore da. Cardiff Psychogeography 4. And we are here at the site of the Newtown Memorial Garden. And in this particular video, I'm hoping to tie up a few threads, make an apology or two for misinformation that was put out in Cardiff Psychogeography 1. Okay folks, I've got an apology to make. In Cardiff Psychogeography 1, I think you remember that I crossed the road by here and then I went over a bridge and that brought me out by the South Wales University, and you can see this is unscripted, can't you? Do you remember me crossing the road? I'll try and recreate it by here now. It's a bit busier on the Sunday. They're all coming across. Do you remember me at the co-op? You do. Now, this is Tyndall Street, and if you remember, I went over that bridge and I waxed lyrical about how anodyne and how shallow these sort of buildings were. But it's a different day today, and there seems to be quite a few more inhabitants, namely students. So there weren't any on Cardiff Psychogeography 1, but it's a nice day. Actually, they're all piling into the Ibis budget hotel, so maybe they're not students, maybe they are tourists and travellers. But anyway, the apology is to do with the local residents of this area, because I said in Cardiff Psychogeography 1 that it wasn't inhabited. Well, for shame, because this area was known as Newtown, same spelling as the town in mid Wales. This area was all Newtown, and where we've just been now is Newtown Memorial Garden, and I'll tell you a little bit what I have discovered is the fact that there were 200 houses here and 6 streets, and now there's a shot, isn't it? University of South Wales, Prifysgol De Cymru. We'll take a walk down here. This was a community, and they were mostly Irish families. So in the first video, when I said that nobody lived down here, I had forgotten that when I did drive down here, mentioned in Cardiff Psychogeography 3, you'll have to look back and watch all these videos now. I've mentioned them, so there are threads and links to all of them. I said that nobody lived here, but I do remember driving down here in the late 1990s, and of course these houses were here. So these were the houses that were not offered compulsory demolition by the council, and they have stayed here since time immemorial. But the last house, I believe, in Newtown, of the old Newtown, was demolished in about 1966. So 1970, but they were here, the houses were here from the mid 19th century. Now this has been here for years and actually predates what we'll be showing you next on the journey, and apparently this is called Blue Flash Power Box and Mesh Chips. It is a piece of public art devised by John Gingell or John Gingell in 1994. So this has been here forever, and I actually remember it when it came up first, and I didn't bat an eyelid because I just thought, yeah, you know, I thought in my own un-arty-farty way that they just tarted it up a bit, but it's actually a piece of public art. Would you believe it? Right. Well, apparently we're walking along Llwybr Arfordir Cymru, Wales Coastal Path. Hang on now. You see, if I haven't taken a selfie by here, you wouldn't believe that I was actually on the Magic Roundabout. So, you know, it's not me paying a camera person. It's actually me here on the Magic Roundabout in Splott in Cardiff Psychogeography 4. So I think I've made all my apologies for Cardiff Psychogeography 1 giving you the wrong information. People did used to live here, and you could say that this piece of land is the old boundary between Newtown, Adamsdown and Splott. I'll repeat that. What we're seeing now, from whence I have walked, Newtown, and if you go over this bridge you're in Adamsdown, and if we go over here we are in Splott. Oh, somebody's beeped. Right, just so you can get your bearings, we're coming from the Magic Roundabout now. I managed to get off, give myself palpitations coming off there now. East Tyndall Street, and we are moving in an easterly direction towards Splott Market. I'm going to do my final piece to camera now before I go into the market, and just to say I'm one of these very careful YouTubers who doesn't like to upset people, known as Coward of the County sometimes, so I'm not going to be pushing my camera into people's faces. I'm just going to try and video surreptitiously, if there can be such a thing, and so you won't be getting a lot of commentary from me. Let's just see what kind of footage we can get from inside the market. Over and out until we finished. Everybody wants a medium dog bed, they're £5 down Splott Market. Well, there are less stalls than were here about 4 or 5 weeks ago when I was here before, so I don't know if there is a bit of a wind down, because they were saying that Splott Market is going to become the site of the new Willows High School. It was first earmarked for closure in February, and then they said March, then they've said April, and now online they've said that it's having a reprieve until September. So make the most of the time left, because this is a classic Cardiff icon. This has been here longer than I've been here. But I remember this in the 1990s, and it is a bit of a miracle that it's still going at all. So fair dues to everybody who's putting the graft in. I'm just a lower middle class flaneur in a working class market. Thank you.
You don't know, I feel like put it on. I'm sure they're not. But yeah.
And so we depart Splott Market and the car boot sale.